Yes, Bhaskar. So basically SHG's definition is good and the good introduction is good. Okay. So basically, instead of problems of SHGs, you can write a side heading like legitimacy affecting issues affecting their legitimacy and accountability. Okay. What are the issues affecting legitimacy and accountability of SHG, so that the examiner will understand that you are trying to answer some part of the question. Okay. So obviously the points you have made are again relevant, but the side heading is a bit confusing. It's not problems of SHGs. These are the issues. Multiple lending, over borrowing, unknown borrowing. Okay. So these are definitely causing the accountability issues, because same SHG is borrowing from multiple banks. And in case it is getting bankrupt, many banks are getting issues because of that. They are being affected. Okay. And then of course there is some unknown borrowing, or popularly called as ghost borrowing. Okay, we don't know where the SHG is based. Simply they are coming and taking loans and not paying back to the banks. It is an issue. Okay. And then when such things are unknown borrowing is happening, the issue is with the recovery towards the bank also. Banks get affected. Okay. And when they borrow, again the point is relevant. The lack of utilization of funds. The funds being borrowed are not being utilized properly. Okay. Sometimes they are diverted for some personal issues also. So the formalizations of SHGs, many SHGs is not there. Okay, there is no consensus among the SHG members for spending the borrowed amount. Okay, and then many SHGs are very small scale, and when they borrow, they want to take the money to take their business to next level, but the money is not sufficient. Okay, and then yes, I have seen that most of you have brought the Malegaon committee. Okay, good that you people remember Malegaon committee, because it's a very old committee, and it has suggested some good innovative ways to make SHGs more legitimate and accountable. Okay, so what was the suggestions given by this committee are sufficient moratorium period. What is moratorium period? If you take loan today, the bank should not ask you money from tomorrow. So there has to be some time for the SHG. Like for example, you take the education loan, you are given 4 years moratorium to complete your engineering or degree, and then you have to pay the interest in between, not the principal. Similarly, moratorium should be given for SHG loans, and SHG loans should be disbursed as soon as possible without having any serious clauses or objections to them. Okay, and then giving, basically SHGs are group of individuals and not an individual itself. So amongst SHG, if someone is coming in the name of SHG, we should discourage such loan disbursements and give loan only to the SHGs. And we have to avoid multiple lending. So for that, we need to link the SHGs with the KYC norms, and if possible, the SHG should be related to the Aadhaar card, so that if SHG is taking money in State Bank, the same SHG without fulfilling the obligation at State Bank cannot take loan at the Andhra Bank. So that kind of mechanism should be there. Okay, fine. And then what are the government initiatives towards, sorry? And you have written what are the government initiatives. Okay, you can give some examples. Okay, and basically we are supposed to give the issues and solutions. So you have given another dimension of government initiatives. Okay, but the government initiatives you have mentioned in a very small way. It's good. You can talk about the Ajivika scheme, which is now one of the main schemes to support SHGs. It gives the skilling to SHGs, and if required, it will give proper access to the funds. Okay, and it brings more number of people into the SHG domain and thereby try to self-sustain it. You can mention about the Ajivika. Okay, it is one of the main schemes for SHGs. Why are you mentioning Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana?
For improving their quality of
NRLM. You can mention NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. Okay, it is now coined as Ajivika. Right, Raghu? You know, I hope you know it, Ajivika. Okay.
Okay.
And you can conclude by saying the SHGs have been very significant. In SHGs question, always make it a habit to write a case study, please. Even here you can write and one of the very popular, boring but important case studies, Kudumbasri. You may like it, 10 people may be writing it, but then one of the most popular SHG, which is successful model and a model which is being emulated across the country, which is being tried to emulate, is Kudumbasri of Kerala. You can write that example as a case study in every SHG answer, because every year our SHG question, only one question will be there. So for that question, you write Kudumbasri, Dwakra, or Lizzat Papad. Lizzat Papad is an SHG. You can write such examples and case studies as to how these SHGs, when they are accountable and they are properly legitimized, what kind of success they achieved. So write an example and then write the way forward. Way forward, like you can say that SHGs are basically created or encouraged for poverty mitigation and to empower women in the family and also bring the grassroots political democracy. By providing proper funding and creating proper mechanisms to monitor them, the SHGs can be taken to the next level and may be converted into MSME units, medium scale, micro, small and medium scale units, which can help in poverty mitigation and financial inclusion and also women empowerment of the India. Clear?
Sir, is that much necessary for a 10 marker 150 word answer? 5 or 6 dimensions of an answer.
Okay, I am just giving a content. Okay, I am giving the content, but the conclusion can be just, you can say 2 or 3 important dimensions of empowering the SCG. But then even if it's a 10 marker, if you write a case study, you will always have the edge, right?
Yeah, sir. Anyway, we are giving the committee suggestions, no, but particular way forward is not needed, right?
Okay.
Implementation of that committee can be
Malegaon committee suggestions. You, in your conclusion, you can sum up that committee suggestions in 1 or 2 lines. Clear?
Yeah, sir.
So
rather than government initiatives, we can go with a case study.
Yeah, instead of government, if it's a 250 word, you can write both government initiative and case study. Since it is a 150 word answer, you can write simply the case study and then conclude in your own language about the Malegaon committee recommendations.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
But always make it a practice for SHG, write a case study. You go into internet and keep searching for successful SHGs, you'll get tens of examples, and try to maintain that examples and see the quality of your answer will increase and the dimensions of your answer also will increase, because each and every case study is very unique.